VSTA Awards night, and I am catching up with the President of the VSTA, Anne-Marie Conroy. Firstly, welcome back.
Thank you, Paul. Pleasure to be here.
Been a very, very big night, and we're going to cap off with, I suppose, a good little ending at the end of it. But the VSTA Awards, firstly, the membership and the turnout of people. You must be wrapped with how many people came here tonight.
Yeah, we had a really good crowd of 111 people, which, considering we were clashing with the VHRC members opening and the New South Wales Oaks, we did really well.
It was actually great, wasn't it? We had the people with Rocking with Attitude, and we gave them their award early, and I thought, they might all take off, but to be here in the room and watch her win a Group 1 first up, it was just great.
Yeah, congratulations to them. That was beautiful.
The award winners here tonight, just a great sprinkling. Brett Shipway and Colleen Batson, they won 3 awards with Black and Gold. Harassed the Trotters, Pat Driscoll, of course, I think he won 3 or 4 awards as well. Just a great sprinkling, change up of people from big to small in the trotting industry. You must be so proud of, I suppose, how the gate is now perceived.
Yeah, well, if you look at Black and Gold raced in every month of the year, and how well deserved. It took a lot of points to win those awards, and Shippy said he didn't target winning our awards, but gee, I don't know. Pat Driscoll, his horses raced a little more sparingly, but he's just got some superstar horses, and I think he'd be very pleased with what he did and what he achieved as well.
People will find this hard to believe, but Shippy said to me, he said, what's this award for? I was cracking a joke, but as soon as he started talking, he knew exactly what that award was for.
I think so. I think he did. Well done to him.
Yeah, well done to him. And as from the President's point of view, from the VSTA, you must be proud with how the trotter is going. There's some nice, more announcements sort of trickling out all the time. You must be wrapped with how it's heading.
Yeah, well, the Stall Trotting Club said that is it the Maori Legend?
Yeah.
Maori Legend is going to $75,000.
No, I think that was Ballarat, but the Maori, there is something happening with the Maori Legend. I think, sorry, not Ballarat again. Sorry, Dave Scott. I think it's the Cranbourne. No, someone's going to 75. No, the Redwood is going to. Redwood's going to 75,000,
yes.
And someone else might be as well. We will have to keep an eye on that. Yeah, there was a few announcements. There's a little bit of one-upmanship and that going on, which is great.
Yeah, and. We had Dickie Lee speaking, and Dickie Lee said that he hoped one day there'd be 8 trotting races and 2 pacing races, and who knows what could happen, Paul.
It'll happen, there's no worries there. I think that's one of the things that people probably missed out on the night, to hear the wily old Dick. I don't think you needed me here to MC it. You could have just let him do it. It would have been, the suspense would have been good. Might have been still going, that'd be the only problem, but but what a legend of our industry, and just great to have him here and presenting the trophy, and he captivated the whole audience, I reckon, in the room.
He absolutely does. He's a legend, Dick Lee. But getting back to you emceeing it versus Dickie, my brother Glenn used to MC this night, and he said he was the kiss of death. He reckoned that when he started there were 160 people, and when he finished after 5 years there were 60 people. So good luck to you, Paul.
Was there 111? I'll keep tally. I'll see if I'm going to be coming back next year or not. Of the awards of note, one that really stuck out to me as far as the depth of the trotter was the Locomotive, 2-year-old trotter of the year, 5 Group 1s. I think he won 9 races, but $2,000 or less than $2,000 shy of $200,000. I mean, just incredible for a 2-year-old trotter what they can earn nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the races that he won was the Bob Conroy Trot, which was the first one of those. Yep. So. I've never actually thanked Gary Bennett. I think he was instrumental in creating that race. So that didn't get a mention in the Locomotive's wins, but that was one of them.
Yeah, no, that's I only read the piece of paper. You can't kick me in the shins just yet for that one, so there's no hassles. Some of the other awards, I suppose, for the night of note was the Colin Redwood. I can't remember it all, but persistence, perseverance, and I think there's another one. Determination. And Katrina Knight. Now, a lot of people may not know who Katrina Knight is. She's actually the Secretary of the VSTA, Treasurer of the VSTA, and has been for a long period of time.
Yes.
But she's also Colin's niece.
Yes.
And the joy, now I have recorded it, we've got to hope that everything works, and I hope no one was standing in front of the camera when I read her name out. She was elated, wasn't she?
She was, and she thoroughly deserves it, Paul. You could see how thrilled Katrina was. I think she was the first female treasurer of the VSTA. She has been at it for 11 years, I think, which is a record. And she kept saying that once she got the record, she was going to give it away. But I can't imagine being the president without Katrina being the treasurer. She's so important to the VSTA. She's the backbone of the VSTA. So sometimes she's been the secretary, so you're actually right there. And she fills that job ably as well. But it's too much for her to be the secretary and the treasurer. But she's very good with numbers. She works in the bank and we can't get anything past her, Paul.
No, and she works tirelessly. We would have been on the phone probably for an hour last night. She wanted to make sure everything went smoothly. We did this run sheet and I threw it out the window halfway through, but that's okay. That happens. The other one, of course, was the Bob Conroy Excellence in Trotting Award. And I knew who had won. And I had to work out how I was going to be able to get you up there to do it. Firstly, congratulations, and was it a shock?
It was, yeah. Thanks, Paul. I thought that I'd withdrawn. I knew that I was nominated originally, and then I thought that I had sort of withdrawn my nomination. I'm absolutely thrilled to win it, and I just don't quite know what to say other than I'll share it with my family, because I think it might be my name as the trainer, but it has to be someone's name. So Glenn and I work side by side every day, and up until Christmas, Peter and I worked side by side, and Peter's out of business now. Peter mixes the feeds, but Glenn and Peter and I have tried to do what Dad was doing and tried to continue that on. Mum can still put in a stable return quicker than you can say knife, so, Mum's still having a go as well, and it's a family thing.
It is indeed. It was great to have your sister Julie here, who thoroughly enjoyed herself, and I think she was proud as punch of what happened. I don't know whether she actually knew. And then you say about Mum and Mum being here, and Mum's always been a quiet achiever. I asked if she wanted to come up and say something, and she said no. She wasn't one bit interested in doing that. That's pretty much Mum to a T, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but I can't remember Dad ever going to the races without Mum. Mum was always there beside Dad, and Dad would be horrified to think that now I go to the races on my own sometimes, and it'll be just a different world to him, because he always had Mum with him. Mum packed the towels, packed the sandwiches, makes the sandwiches every time I go to the races, washes all the colours, used to do all the computer work, all the business, and that was all Mum.
Yeah, and it pretty much epitomises, I think, what the VSTA, the Trotting Gate, is about. It's a family game, and it's been a very great night. A night of there was a few tears. It was did look over at the table. I think even Big Mick, who did a photo bomb there before, I reckon he was welling up in the eyes too. So I think well done to you. I think what you say is exactly that. It's a family thing. You're going to share it with the family. But I think from all the people in harness racing, congratulations to yourself. I think it's a mighty achievement, Dol.
Thank you, Paul. And that's something that the VSTA, I think we can encourage, is harness racing is a family, and no one is any higher or lower than anybody else. And I did hope Fiona Mallour was crook, so she couldn't come tonight. And I was hoping that we'd have Fiona Mallour and Matt Isaacs here as well. I've found them very approachable, very good to talk to. They're very interested in what we're doing, and I think that through the VSTA, that gives people a voice, to speak to the people at HRV. And we've got to realise that we're all in this same game together. We've all got to work together and try and improve it and make it better.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. And I've been lucky enough to travel to New Zealand, and I'm going to bang it on forever and a day. We need them, they need us, and we have to grow as an industry together. The Dick Lee Young Achiever Award, Jackie Barker, I don't think there could be a more worthy recipient. I think what she does for our industry in front of the camera with a lot of her ambassadorial rights, what she does with the hero horses, the way she presents herself on the racetrack, and the person that she is, I just think it's just a great achievement for her. The other people weren't not worthy of winning. I just think Jackie is the right person at the right time.
Yeah, she was the obvious winner, and when she started off, She was a Monty rider as well, so I don't know how many Monties Jackie won, but she was a very good rider as well. So, very, very obvious winner.
And it was a family affair because Mum was there. Mum's going to drive home again tonight, which is what happens a lot, so that is brilliant. Right, you and I did a podcast, would have been a year ago because it was cold. We're going to go back to that same pub. We're going to have some coffees. We'll have to have a toilet break at the right time. But we are going to go back and do that podcast again sometime. We're going to sit down and have a talk. We've got so many more things to cover off on the Conroy family and yourself and your achievements in trotting. Now it's even got a little bit more. You're a Pearl Kelly winner. You're a Bob Conroy winner. You're achieving a lot of things. You're also the president of the VSTA. So I think hats off to you, Anne-Marie, for everything that you're doing. I think you're doing a great job as far as an ambassador for our sport. And continue doing what you're doing. I think it's great.
Thanks, Paul. I think we could always learn. You know, I'm learning things in my 50s, so who knows?
Nothing wrong with being in your 50. We're hanging. Mum's here. Mum doesn't know we're on the camera. Hello, Pat. Say hello to everyone.
Hi, I'm taking that kid home.
Very good. Anne-Marie, thank you very much.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Pat.